States and Macedonia signed a declaration of strategic partnership and cooperation. Let me note some of the results of that partnership. First, in the area of development assistance and capacity building, we've extended funding for our assistance programs through USAID, the Department of Justice, the Department of Defense, and so many other parts of the U.S. government, which is now approximately $20 million per year. And we've expanded efforts in the areas of judicial reform, police training, Fulbright scholarships, capacity building for non-governmental organizations, strengthening educational institutions, and much, much more. Again, our website can give you more details on some of those programs if you're interested. Just 2 weeks ago, I and my team met again with the Prime Minister and his cabinet to review U.S. assistance programs and to resolve some specific problems in order to ensure we get the maximum benefit for our cooperative efforts. At our 2-hour meeting, part of an ongoing series that we have, we discussed some of the toughest issues facing Macedonia, including rule of law and interethnic relations. And I credit Prime Minister Gruevski for this very productive initiative of getting together almost quarterly with our two teams for at least a couple of hours to review the key sticking points so that we can make sure that our assistance, money provided by United States taxpayers, is having the greatest impact in doing what it's meant to do to help Macedonia. Second, in the area of fostering an investment-friendly economic environment and encouraging United States investment, many of you may know that I accompanied the Prime Minister last November to San Francisco and Chicago, indeed where I met a number of you, to help raise awareness of Macedonia as a destination for business and investment. This has generated increased interest on the part of several American companies, some of them with Macedonian-American ties, and I don't want to forget our Canadian friends as well. Equally important is our support to the improvement of the business climate in Macedonia. This includes capacity building in good governance at the national and municipal levels, and frank counsel on areas where government actions drive away investors. Security cooperation is another key area. And one of the most important things to note in the last several years is that Macedonia has become a security provider, not a security consumer. This is, of course, fitting for a NATO aspirant, a country which has served the international community with distinction in peacekeeping and stability efforts in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Bosnia, and even in Lebanon. I know from my own experience, having spent a year at the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad, that Macedonian soldiers have an exceptional reputation for bravery and effectiveness. And one of the highlights of my time so far as ambassador was inviting back those soldiers I met in Iraq, those Macedonians, a multi-ethnic group of soldiers, superbly trained, friends to their American counterparts, inviting them to the ambassador's residence in Skopje for a barbecue with their wives and families and with the heads of the Macedonian military. It was a great moment of reuniting, and I look forward to doing that with future rotations of Macedonian troops who are serving together with ours. It is a fact, and I can attest to the fact that General Petraeus himself told me that American commanders have vied and argued over who would get to have the Macedonians working with their units. So we continue to support military reforms and training that has contributed to this excellent performance. The Macedonians have announced that they will increase their troop contributions in Afghanistan since they're no longer in Iraq, working together with the Vermont National Guard in a terrific partnership that has played a very important role in Macedonia's development. It provides important exposure and experience for Macedonia and for Macedonia's soldiers. And in fact, you are contributing to the security of Macedonia itself. Don't be fooled that these are American initiatives only. The reason that we are deployed in Afghanistan is to improve security for all our allies and friends, to improve security in the future for Europe as well as for the United States homeland.